Travis Kelce has spoken.
Hey.
I believe this is his one media availability for the week. He was asked about his motivation and whether the subject matter of him thinking of retiring and he doesn't have much gas left in the tank is something that lights him up.
It's a challenge to find new ways to have success, and I think that's what this year has brought for me is that obstacle and figuring out how I can get the best out of myself, how I can figure out how I can get the best out of my teammates, and all at the same time being a great leader, bringing that energy, showing for the young guys, the type of determined mindset you got to have week in, week out. And you know what, man? I love that challenge. I was talking to my brother the other day on the podcast. There's certain things that give you challenges in life that you just got to be appreciative that you're getting tested, because not everybody gets those opportunities, especially when you get to do it with a group of men and women that they can rally together with and really, prove to yourselves what you're made of.
Well done. Man, he has grown up.
Yeah, right?
Remember he was the hothead that was throwing stuff around on the field and getting 15-yard penalties. And
he got ejected for throwing a towel at the ref.
Remember, and he had an incredible amount of talent. We were all wondering, if he would just be just a Pro Bowl tight end at the time and manifest his talent.
Yep.
And now he's just another 87 that's going to go to the Hall of Fame. It's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Without
he
question.
He is now on par, and in some measures, and in terms of some numbers, surpassed Gronk. He and Mahomes have now surpassed Brady and Gronk in terms of most touchdowns ever created in a playoff career. I mean, that's where he is right now, and he's just like Mahomes. They have now connected in a way, not just on the field, but just in that category of we're not going to let you beat us. And the same thing we ascribed to Mahomes the other day. It's like, motivation my ass here. Come on. We have turned ourselves into an all-time wrecking machine. And we're coming to wreck your world. He's just like the same thing. And I feel the same way too about, challenges later. And I'll you know what I keep thinking of when I just heard that, I'm not making it about myself. I just want to say how I relate to it. Calling games this deep into my career is a challenge.
Sure.
It's a totally different endeavor. It's risky, because it's a huge audience that either thinks that I don't know what I'm talking about en masse, as opposed to just, maybe seeing me here and there and thinking I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It is a totally different way of broadcasting than what I do here, than what I do in the studio. And it is an amazing challenge with a group of men and women that working together as a team like a broadcast. I know exactly how it feels. Also know exactly in that respect with Kelce how it feels to be connected to a superstar female. Know that too. Thank you. You know what I mean? I know all too well. Thank you. But I mean, that's what I think of when I see look at what he's grown into. What he's made himself into. Yeah. I totally appreciate that. He's like, you know what? I'm lucky to be challenged. I'm lucky to be at this stage of my career where it's a totally different way of doing it. And I'm going to do it the same way in a different manner, like, whatever was going on this year on the field with dropping passes and whatever was going on in the locker room, what was going on when, with his rehab of an injury. By the way, I bet you're going to find out that injury that he suffered early on in the season has been nagging him all year.
Probably.
They just don't talk about it.
He's played a long time. Him and Gronk are the same age.
Dude.
And Gronk has been retired twice.
Yeah. Right. And he can win another ring. And he could do something Gronk never did, but Brady did, win back-to-back.
Yep.
Ravens standing in their way. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.